bream fishing here on the mighty Berkeley floodplains on this particular trip was absolutely incredible. Now Nembwe, it's one of many bream species found here on the Berkeley floodplains, and they are big, ferocious guys. That's what makes them spectacular to catch. They can grow up to 10 pounds, is considered a trophy fish. There's been cases of 11 and 12 pounds coming out, and they definitely they pack a punch. I tend to use the same rod and reel which I do for tiger fish, and this particular setup which I'm using at the moment is a Berkeley Nomad 4-piece travel rod. It's a 7-foot heavy action rod. You got your heavy backbone with a nice fast taper tip, and it's paired up with a Garcia Revo STX high-speed reel. Very important to use the high speed, just simply because of the current. When you are drifting, you want to be in constant touch with your bait. You need to be feeling everything, and depending on the water flow, generally the current is quite strong on the banks that you're fishing for Nembwe. You need to be able to pick up that slack and just stay in touch with that lure. Now the braid that I've got in here, I've got Berkeley Black Velvet 40 pound. Don't skimp on buying a cheap braid. When you're coming to a place like this and targeting trophy fish, you definitely want a braid that's gonna be able to stand up to the punches and that. So spend a little bit of extra money and get yourself a decent quality braid so it will not let you down. The lures which I like to use, you can use jigs and meps and little crankbaits for Nembwe. They do eat all of that stuff. They tend to prey on little bait fish and little crabs and that kind of stuff off the bottom of the floor. Now I don't like to fish for Nembwe with spinners and that. I prefer to use soft plastic baits. They've definitely given me more success. One is your Berkeley Power Bait Pit Boss. It just resembles a little bait fish in the water. These appendages in the water, they tend to move, and they'll just resemble a little bait fish which Nembwe like to eat. I've tried the lighter colors, but I've had more success on the darker colors, so I just recommend trying a darker color. Second is the Berkeley Power Bait Jerk Shad, a new bait just released by Berkeley. Very, very nice little bait this. Also, it just resembles a little bait fish in the water, so you can never go wrong with having a couple of these in your tackle box. Then the last two, which are actually my personal favorites. One is the Berkeley 3.8-inch Power Swimmer, also a new bait just released by Berkeley. It's a little paddle tail, yet again resembles a bait fish, but that little paddle's got a lot of action. So in the water, that's going to kick and disturb a lot of water, and the Nembwe seem to like that quite a lot. And then last but not least, my most favorite is Berkeley's new Power Bait Maxent Critter Hog. So this is a little creature bait, not something which all the guys use to target Nembwe, but it definitely seemed to do the job for me. And now what's special about this compared to your power baits, just with the Maxent, you've got a scent and a taste to it. So unlike your normal conventional power bait found in the yellow packets, this guy here, which is in the purple packets, has got that scent and that taste. So those Nembwe definitely seem to key onto that. I fish all of them on the same rig, and it's pretty straightforward. Much like you would fish for bass on a normal Texas style rig, I've got the Berkeley Fusion 4.0 Superline hook. It's a heavy gauge hook. These fish are very strong, and they like to live in and around stumps and in holes in the clay banks and that, so you definitely want a strong hook that's not gonna open up or anything like that. Then I just got a normal leads Texas sinker on here. Depending on the current, you can obviously play around with the size and the weights of the lead. I tend to stick to two sizes, namely an 8 gram and a 10 gram. If you're not on the bottom, you're not going to catch those Nembwe. This has turned into a spectacular afternoon. We're having such a gas with these Nembwe, and they're definitely not small guys. All of them trophy size fish. I mean, this is why we come to Matoya Lodge, to come catch fish like this. 9.5 pound Nembwe is a bus of a fish. It's a lifetime fish. This is a proper trophy fish. So all in all, I am ecstatic about it. But let's get it back in the water. Yes! Whew. Guys, this is just absolutely amazing. You gotta come do it.